Welcome, Taurus and Taurus cross watchers, to your mini weekly love reading. Whoops. Okay. So we're going to get a card for you, a card for your person, and a card for the situation between you guys. So we actually have you as the Seven of Swords here. Your person is the High Priestess. And the situation between you is the Chariot. Okay. So Taurus, I kind of feel like you're doing, it feels like you're doing something backstage. And it almost feels like, well, somebody here is kind of putting themselves on display. You seem to be doing something in the background. And now that doesn't necessarily mean that you're being dishonest, right? It actually feels like you are really frustrated about feeling misunderstood. It's almost this energy of, I feel like you look like the bad guy here. And I feel to a certain extent that your person's intentions were true. It just feels like they may have, hold on for a second. From their perspective, they don't really have a whole lot of guilt in this situation. I feel like they do to a certain extent. It's like there's things they know that they did that they shouldn't have done, but they seem to feel that they are justified in how things have gone. It feels like this person may have taken some friends from you. I want to say it's not really friends that you ended up wanting to keep anyway, but I mean, that doesn't mean that it didn't hurt. It's like public opinion is that it's like this person is the shiz. And I'm kind of getting that, going back to that stage analogy, it's like you're kind of playing the heel. And I feel like the reason for the disparity in how the two of you see the situation, it's almost like you may have been, when dealing with this, listen, normally if we're wrong, we take responsibility, we apologize, done, right? But I feel like you may have been too quick to, it's almost like you were being honest about a situation with this person, and they seem to use that. You know what I mean? I'm hearing like the most dangerous lie is the one that has a grain of truth in it. And they seem to feel really liberated. They seem to feel that it's like, regardless of the situation between the two of you, they kind of feel like it's their turn, it's their time. I feel like this may have been a relationship that was, I feel like it may have been very physical in nature. I actually kind of feel here, hold on, it feels like you might be, can we get a clarifier for Taurus? We got the Page of Swords and the High Priestess upright. So the Page of Swords to me usually means the cold hard truth, but it's reversed. So what it kind of feels like here, Taurus, you can get mad at me if you want. Maybe not everybody wants to hear this, but sometimes the tarot is the message that needs to come through, and it's not always what we want to hear. I feel like you may have gone into this situation, it's almost the energy of, may not be the actual situation, but you got into a relationship with someone that maybe other people had warned you about them. Other people had told you, you know, like, oh, be really careful. This one might be this one might be that. And I do feel to a certain extent that there definitely is a truth that you're seeing now that you didn't before. It's almost like you may have felt that whatever the situation was with this person, that you're kind of clever enough to navigate it. But it kind of feels like this person may have, it's almost like they may have put themselves above you a little bit. I feel like there's someone that it's like they're very physically attractive, or they have that kind of like charisma. Ooh, the Hanged Man reversed. Take this for what it's worth. Taurus, I kind of feel like you're getting edged out by somebody else. And I'm kind of seeing that this other person, we have the Four of Wands at the bottom of both decks, right? It feels like this other person might actually be a better match for this one. And I feel like that's because they are more similar to how this person operates. It's almost like it comes to them naturally. For example, it's like if this person, let's say, if they're someone that will kind of like not twist somebody's words, but it's like they'll just kind of adjust it so that it kind of allows them to continue thinking what they want to think about themselves. And I feel like this other person does that too. It's a little bit of like they're kind of perfect for each other because they're the same. And I'm kind of getting that this person may have brought out the worst in you. And I feel like being in a relationship with them, it's almost like it may have exposed some of your weaknesses to you, because I feel like when you got into it with this person, you may have said or done things that it feels like it's not yourself. It feels like it isn't who you want to be, but I feel like the frustration and the anger towards this person may have got the better of you. And that's not to say this person got the better of you or anything. I just feel like there were certain things that it feels like, I mean, obviously it feels really unfair to you, but I feel like there's certain things here that this person kind of dug their heels in. And I feel like to a certain extent, from your perspective anyway, they definitely knew that what they were doing was wrong. But from their perspective, it's not. And I feel like knowing and understanding that actually is going to make it a lot easier to leave. And now whether you've left or they've left, right, that's obviously going to be different for everybody. But I'm just kind of seeing you shaking your head at this person and like, wow, that's... Sorry, that's not the deck I wanted to pick. It just feels like there still is some anger and frustration I'm feeling coming from you because you feel like you weren't treated fairly. Hold on for a second. It does, okay, I'm going to be straight with you here. I feel like this is a situation that brought out the worst in both of you. I feel like it may have brought out this kind of like really frustrated energy from you, and I feel like it may have brought out a manipulative energy from them. So it's like, I actually feel like maybe neither of you were really happy. It just seems to feel from your perspective that it's like that this person seems to be getting off scot-free. And what I'm actually kind of seeing here with this Chariot as the energy between you is that I want to say what you're doing right now is being watched, and not in a stalkery sort of way. It's like karma is watching. And I feel like there may be times where it's like you are given opportunities to exact revenge. And I feel like you know what the right thing is to do. And when there are times where, like, what the right thing to do is, and what you want to do are not the same thing. So it's almost like this is karma. I want to say it's like this person has made their bed, they're going to have to lie in it, right? But I feel like karma is kind of keeping a close eye on you to see how you handle this. I mean, karma is more, but anyway. It just feels like, I feel like you're kind of at a fork in the road. And it almost feels like, because of the frustration that you're feeling, you may be tempted to go down a path that, there's the Seven of Swords again, right? Taurus. Again, maybe I'll lose some subscribers over this, but you know, I'm gonna say it anyway, and I'm gonna stop pussyfooting around. Sorry, Taurus. I actually feel that you may get to a point with this person that you actually really want to plot some revenge. You know what I mean? That it's almost like it starts to feel, it's like it's tempting to want to plot revenge, to want to get back at them, to look at this person and be like, oh, why are they getting off? You know what I mean? It's like, why are they getting off scot-free? Why aren't they paying the price? Why aren't people looking at them the way they look at me? And from what I'm seeing here, it's like listen, it doesn't mean that the choices that you're making are going to be easy. But I feel like if you do that, if you do kind of take revenge on this person, I feel like all you're going to be doing is proving them right. And it's that energy of like, you would really like to get back at them. But I feel like actually putting that plan into place, it's like, if you did follow those inclinations, it's like every step of the way, it would feel really, really, I don't know how to describe it. It's like it would feel really bad. It's almost like if you even started to take a step towards it, it's like the energy would be like, no, no, no. And I feel like as you're taking that step, it's almost like you would feel like you're stepping into a snake pit and you wouldn't want to put your foot down. You know what I mean? It's like this intense energy would kind of be telling you no. So I feel like if you are tempted, if you do if you do get in a situation where it's possible for you to kind of get revenge, I can't tell you what to do. I feel like the message here is don't. So I think we're going to pull some clarifiers. Can we get a clarifier for the High Priestess and the Chariot? I feel like you know that this person is, it's almost like you may see them as somebody that is, I feel like you see them as an extra little bit dangerous because to a certain extent they're believing their own lie. It's almost the energy of someone that it's like maybe they have red shoes and they tell everybody they have blue shoes for so long that they start to believe their shoes are blue. And I feel like there's this message here that from what I'm seeing from your perspective is you're looking at it like there might be so much going on with this person. Yeah, there's the Eight of Wands. I feel like there's a lot you want to say to this person. I feel like there are obviously some, harsh words that you would like to tell them. I feel like you kind of want to bring their, bring them into reality. And what is a bit of a shame here is I feel like that that's not where they're at right now. Because what's going on between the Chariot and your person here is the Two of Swords and the Knight. It says Sun, but it's the Knight of Wands. I don't really feel that this person has many people that ground them. I feel like when people come to them and try to, when reality hits this person, I feel like they kind of, I feel that to a certain extent, they may use spirituality as a bit of a crutch. It's almost like this person may hermit themselves when things go wrong, and then they come back out acting like they've had this big spiritual awakening, and maybe to a certain extent they have, right? But it just kind of feels like they maybe don't always use that spiritual knowledge to, they don't always use their powers for good. It doesn't mean they're all bad, right? And it doesn't mean that, either of you is faultless here. But I definitely feel that whatever is here, it's like you're kind of taking what's left of you and what you have, and I feel like you're kind of getting out, and I feel like you may want to say a few things on your way out the door, but it's almost like if you just keep walking, if you just keep going, I feel like when you get out that door, it's almost like the second you walk out, none of this matters. It's almost like you'll have the sun on your face, and it's almost like, and all of a sudden you're feeling much better. It's interesting. So we're going to pull one more card here. Just going to make sure the deck is upright. Okay. Can we get one more card for... Oh! Well, not sure how that snuck in there. Sorry about that. It feels unfair that you have to start over. And it's almost this energy of like feeling like you're going to have to take what's left of what you have, what you built, what you are, and start over. And it kind of feels like this person is going to be able to kind of continue to coast on what the two of you have built. And I feel like that may be where a lot of that anger towards this person is coming from. And I mean, with the Sun as one final card, with this Ten of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Sorry, one moment, please. Sorry about that. There was someone at my door. So, Taurus, I feel like the message here is, I wish I had some sort of message that would help to kind of remove some of the anger that you're feeling. Maybe you've already found that. But I feel like the biggest message here is that whatever it is that you feel, oh, sorry, I forgot to turn the light on. Whatever it is that you feel that you have lost, it feels like you built with somebody and you were left with nothing. And I feel like now, this person, number one, I feel like can go F themselves a little bit. That's kind of what I'm hearing from you. It's like, well, F this, I'm going to go build myself. And I feel like it may not look like what you've built before, but there's a different kind of beauty about it, because I feel like you are, it's almost like you're living in your most authentic self, right? The Ten of Wands usually in the deck is someone that is really, really burdened, but that's not really what's being represented on this Ten of Wands. To me, it looks more like it's someone that is very masterful. It feels like it's someone that is kind of burning away the establishment, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? It's like, it feels like you're kind of throwing out the, not the cookie cutter. I feel like this experience seems to motivate you into an energy where it's like you look at your life, you look at what you're doing, you're like, okay, what do I really want? If you're someone that has made choices in your life, made compromises, you do those things in relationships. I feel like you are hell bent and determined that that's not what's going to be happening this time. And I'm kind of hearing like, God help the person that gets in your way, because I feel like this experience I feel like you are going to value yourself on a different level. You know what I mean? It's like, let's say before, if you were talking with somebody and they'd be like, oh, they'd be disagreeing with you about this or that. And it's not that, you were weak and a doormat or whatever, but it's like you would try to see their point of view, right? Or like maybe kind of, it's like if you felt that they were wrong, you kind of wouldn't go to the mat with it. Like you're not taking any shiz from anybody. And I feel like in this situation, because it really brought out the worst in both of you, I feel like you're both going to be given a chance to like kind of reevaluate and reformulate. And I feel like as you're walking away from this, that's already what you're doing. It's like you're determined to make this better for yourself. And I kind of feel like if you ran into this person years down the road, I feel like you're going to see that they're the same. So I think I'll leave it there, Taurus. I'm sorry if this is maybe not the message that you wanted, but this is the message that came through. If you have that kind of like, just a loving suggestion from someone that's felt that way herself. If you're able to kind of get into like a physical activity where you can get that energy out, it's like maybe go paintballing, go out and do something that I'm hearing that like that this person, this is just what I'm hearing. Okay. So take this for what it's worth. Go out and do that thing that this person really had a problem with you doing. It's like, for example, let's say they never wanted you to go to paintball for whatever reason, and you were compromising because you were in a connection with this person and you love them. And so it's like, if you go out and do that thing, not only are you going to get some of that pent up energy, but it's like, I feel bad saying this. I feel like I shouldn't be encouraging this, but this is what I'm hearing. And it's like, you can kill two birds with one stone, because you can get the energy out and stick it to them a little. I feel like I shouldn't say that, and I'm sorry if I shouldn't. If I'm, I really do my best to, take this channel seriously and not lead people in directions that are going to bring them something negative. It just feels like if you do that with both of those reasons, when you get there, it's like you forget all about anything with this person. And it's like you seem to have this laser focus about, let's say you're playing one of those games in paintball. It's like your focus, your determination. It's like you're a freaking general out there. So I feel like there's an opportunity for you to go and have some well-deserved fun. And it's like, and then you remember that your life is about making you happy. You know what I mean? It's like, if you're somebody that, when you're with somebody, you really do what you can to make sure that they're getting what they need out of the relationship. And I feel like, number one, you're looking at it like this person really never deserved the love that you gave. Because it doesn't really feel that I feel like from your perspective, you don't feel like that was given back to you. It does feel a little bit like this person kind of felt that the fact that they were with you was love enough. Um, that doesn't mean that they were, that it was all bad, right? Anyway, I'm rambling. Taurus, I'm going to invite you to consider maybe going out and having some fun. So, that's what I have for you today, Taurus. If this reading resonated, I'm sorry. But if it did, I hope that it helped. I hope that it brought you some clarity. And we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.